and gals, Brian with Goose Gear, and we are here in front of a raw uncoated plate. This is a plate for a Ford F150, 250, 350, 450, and F550. So the cab on the F150 through 550 for the current generation is the same cab on all of those platforms. And we've been making this seat delete for about 8 or 9 years now, and Ford has decided to add a lot of different things to it. They've created different options, different trim levels, different packages. So in doing that, they have been moving bolt holes around and adding bolt holes, and we found that this plate for the first 7 years, 6-7 years of its existence was a direct bolt-in in all of those trucks, never had a problem. But now we're having problems with it, so we've added some different anchor points. We've brought in a bunch of trucks to figure out what's going on, what's wrong with it, and we've added just a whole lot of holes. It used to be that you had a bushing. There's actually a metal stud that comes up from the floor, and this would just slide over. It would sit under the plate and poke through this hole, and it kind of just provided support. You had another one over here, same thing. There's a metal stud that comes out of the floor. You slide this over, and the plate just rested on it. And then you had a hole here and a hole here. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So they've added some holes and they've moved some holes. So we have added a lot of different pieces to the hardware kit. So the hardware kit has a lot of extra pieces in it. Most likely your truck, you're only gonna get 2, maybe 3 holes, depending on what model, trim level, and what year. And this usually happens in the later year vehicles, not so much in the older ones. But we're still sending you with all of the different options to try and help eliminate the problem. If you get it, you put the plate in and the bolt holes don't line up, or there's no hole there, or you have holes, but there's nowhere for you to put the hole through the plate, the bolt through the plate. So we've added enough bolts to go in every single hole, even though you probably will never use them, because we'd rather you have too much than not enough. We've increased the number of bushings, so now you get a bushing for every single hole, even though you probably will not use them. We expect that most plates will get 2 to 3 bolts. So we're sending 4 extra short screws, 8 washers, and 4 nylocks. So if your truck does not have a bolt hole in the floor where you can bolt into with the nice long bolts that reach all the way through the bushing and into the floor, then you will be able to put this in, just put a nut on the back and cap the hole, so at least you have a hole poking through the bottom of the plate that's unfinished. So this is why we created this kit. It's a little bit different. This is gonna work on the non-subwoofer plate as well as the subwoofer plate. So if you have a factory subwoofer, you'll have a cutout for the subwoofer here. You won't have this hatch. It'll be a little bit different, but it'll have the same bolt configuration issues. So just take a look on the website. Be sure to read the descriptions thoroughly so you make sure you get exactly what you need for your vehicle. If you have questions, of course, feel free to call, email, or text. Someone will get back to you as soon as they can. Hope you enjoy. It's time to place your order. Let's get it installed.